in a very special sicko segment. So Ringside News just started talking a tremendous amount of shit. People are like, oh, is Steve on a drunken tirade again? So Ringside News goes, I'll just read these in order because this is like a Kanye style meltdown. I don't know if they did this for attention or if the dude's drunk. I think he quoted Kanye on some of these. I don't know what the happened here, but it is nuts. So Steve Carrier, I think that's him, right? Steve Carrier, Ringside News. He tweets out, how much a dick, you sick to big boom and little no views on your TV, Tony Khan. So he can't even talk. Every single person that bought a ticket is rooting at my ass to cook this slum ass bitch, Tony Khan. Tags Tony Khan. Okay. Let's talk about that failed pay-per-view turn collision, pussy bitch, to Tony Khan. Here's the thing about retarded people. They don't know they are redacted. Sorry, I'll say redacted. Eminem tags Kip Sabian. So then just a news story. Rey Mysterio explains how his special WWE WrestleMania 39 entrance came together. Right in between. So he's posted real news in between this stuff. Stop posting photos of you pending over Australia over. We it. Tony Khan. So clearly whoever's posting these stories has control of the account as well. And then they have to sit there and humiliatingly watch this guy post this dumb. So, dumbass bitch, go collect 5Z like everyone in the locker room 5-2, ho. And then he goes, you're surprised to find about Chief Janela with a box on after ER the fact? Okay, so just... And then some more news. Chad Gable news. Here's some Rey Mysterio news, right? Here's Miro news. And then, you're a pussy bitch, Tony Khan. So this meltdown went on for like 3+ hours. Ricky Starks news. Here's New Day news. And then Ringside news again. If you just tell everyone you're Christian, we fan all move on. Not a big deal. At Real Britt Baker. So now he's saying this that I brought to the show a billion times and tried to tell you. That's the old rumor. Right? And now he's just saying, if you just admitted this, because that's why Britt she's not lying when she's like, I've never cheated on anyone. It's because like I think her and Cole's thing was like open. That used to be the rumor. But anyways, yeah, you bitch, at Sean Ross Sapp. And then he quote tweets himself going, shut the f up if your news media don't have 1 billion hits a year. Then more news. I call it closet though. That's what if is. You're not going to change mind and you won't live 5 seconds on the street with me. Go off. So now he's a street fight warrior, dude. Ringside News goes, I'm the best journalist to ever write about wrestling. This is Steve Carrier for like 7 hours. He's having a meltdown. I'll dop you like your dad pleaded for an abortion. Shut up. And this is Sam. So he's saying he's trying to give Kanye West's rant realness. So I thought he was quote tweeting Kanye. No, he's just going on his own meltdown. I'm the best journalist to ever write about wrestling. Tweeted it more than once. So who want to hear about the race to Jungle Boy? This is like an 8-hour meltdown. You can cancel a MFer peddling facts. Shut up and sit your hoe ass down as I spit facts, bitch. So this guy exactly the same dude. It's Steve Carrier melting down. Exactly my reaction when I heard Jamie Hayter was mad over Anna Jay swinging from those small ass branches. So what's going on? What the f does that even mean? Like Jamie Hayter's jealous of Jungle Boy or something? Shut up, bitch! I don't even know what this guy's talking about. 2 things are going to happen. I'm either going to tell you who deals drugs to AEW talent or my account will be deleted. Oh my god.
You what?
Holy bro snapped, man. Oh my god. Well, we know Tony Khan was smoking big swole.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
Jesus, man. He just lays it on the line. He goes, 2 things are going to happen. And this is how drunk he is. He says 2 things are going to happen. And then he gives us like a one or the other is going to happen. So it's so funny. He goes, 2 things are going to happen. I'm either going to tell you who deals drugs to AEW talent, or my account will be deleted. So that's like one or the other, but he's so drunk, he's like 2 things. Yeah, so he tweets the same thing twice. Who want to hear about the okay. So then more news. And then he goes, "Oh, shut up. He paid a girl for sex. It's common everywhere. She breached her contract. Move on." About the goddamn Janelle Grant thing. Well, we got football players chugging beers on Raw Netflix. Like, Ringside News goes, apparently Matt Riddle's wife or whatever, big time mad over my tweet yesterday. Not sorry. So 9 hours worth of meltdown, right? This guy crying because our software cut him out of a photo. Grow up, little guy. And he's responding to Kip Sabian, who's like, I was happy to let it go after pointing out you cropped a photo and posted out of context, which the original included myself and my friends. Don't play the victim here. I was pointing out how funny it was that your outlet had cropped a photo to create a fake narrative from a photo I was in. Kip, wrestlers, stop paying. Who cares about these dirt sheet goofs? Why are you guys even paying attention to these guys? Which incidentally had nothing to do with whatever your story was. Why would you write this much? Simply clickbait. That's what everything is. That's what all of YouTube is. That's what every news outlet is. Kip, don't pay these people attention, bro. Don't sell for these idiots. Not expensive. So I'm just skipping ahead. Secondly, as a media outlet, blah, 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 I have 0 issues with your media outlet other than if you're going to post a photo to create a narrative, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not siding with Ringside News, but don't even sell for these guys. I'm happy to get my lawyer to take that further and explain that to you if you want to. So now it's defamation. You just said before it was clickbait, bro. So that's not how it works. Also, don't disrespect Lou. Thanks. Whatever. Just going off on this guy. Like, so Ringside News is saying like what he said was true and then some. There are a lot of coward journalists that know of what he said is true and they are just sitting on the sidelines because they don't want to lose their privileges from fake media scrums. Talking about Elbu. Now, some of what Elbu said is true, for sure. Most of it is fake, and most of it is telling stories out of turn. Like, for instance, the main thing everyone points out is when Elbu's trying to be like, oh, MJF got in his car and he was driving and driving and driving and driving and driving. And everyone's like, it's not that long of a drive. It's like an hour and a half if you're, butt it, or if you're booted, rather, no Diddy. If you're booted, you can get there in like an hour 45 or whatever. It's not like hours and hours and hours, but it's because Elbu's regurgitating a story of him hearing MJF telling him like, and I was driving and it felt like forever. And the whole time I was going, but then Elbu's like, oh, he's driving and driving, right? Like he's just telling the story out of turn. So some of it's just complete and utter though, right? Which he went out and retracted as well. Like he kept just saying like Britt cheated. Then Britt calls him out. Oh no, she didn't cheat. And she actually apologized to me. That's false. Oh, sorry, she didn't apologize to me. That's for sure just someone talking, one way or the other. Like he's talking about something about how over he is with the boys or about what he's claiming the boys are doing. You know what I mean? He's just a lying weasel. It just is that simple. You get that vibe from him. So now maybe if multiple people are saying like, okay, Britt banged another wrestler, allegedly Christian, let's say that part's true. Okay, maybe where there's smoke, there's fire, but there is rumors out there and you can go back and track it all that her and Adam had like an open thing. Allegedly. Now, I'm not saying that's true either. And I don't want Britt to get mad at me. I know I keep talking every show. I'm like, God, I really don't want these people mad at me because I got to talk about this. But that's been out there too. So we don't know how people get down. I always say that in their personal relationships. But either way, I'm not going to sit there like these guys and go, everything Elbu said is true. And now he just doesn't want to lose his access. There is that. But I'm telling you right now, he lost access and people are mad at him. People are telling him like, you can do this to rectify. And he just went about it the completely wrong way to where some people feel like they were slapped in the face, man, by Elbu. From even his apologies, like feel like it made it worse on his ass, So I would just say some of that he definitely, I feel, was lying about. But yeah, man, he just had a meltdown and he's defending Vince and he's doing his thing. So That, ladies and gentlemen, was our Ringside News, our Sicko segment, brought to you by Ringside News.